Dr. Lovell and I did not plan this, but I had the exact same reaction because I got a phone call and no, you know, I'm busy. This is silliness. Why would I want to do a leadership thing? And so my initial response was, and it's not very polished, I'm already a leader, all right? What are you bothering me for? I can tell you right now what the clinic needs to do. You just need to listen to me. I don't have time for this stuff. This is why I'm frustrated, because you people are spending money on this kind of stuff. Well, what's in it for me? And then somebody said, well, maybe you could be a little organized and save your time. Oh, I might save some time. All right, that caught me, and that was my mistake. I started thinking that's one area I could be a little better, is a little more free time. My golf game stinks. If you look at the flyer that half of us filled out at the beginning of the year, we all talk about we like to play golf. How many of you played golf in the last 12 months? I bet we like to think we do. But we don't. Duh, Dad, you have control issues. We all know that. She just turned 14. And the same thing, I brought home a disc profile. I showed it to my wife and went through this list of you do this, you do this, you do this. And her response was, you paid money for somebody to tell you that? The big concept to me was always a leader was the captain of the team, the captain of the ship, the lead from the front, follow me. I got the idea, here we go, and you run out in the water and there's nobody with you. And one of the biggest ahas for me was you can actually lead from behind. And being part of the change doesn't mean that you are carrying the flag or that you have all the great ideas, but you can be a team member that is actually a leader. And that really appealed to me because the struggles that I've had in my 15 years or almost 15 years here is I feel like I have ideas, but I have a hard time getting them going from there. And so learning how to move strategy or to be involved and listen to somebody else has been an aha moment for me. Greg talked about his book. For me, it was a true north. Thinking back, what makes you who you are, what really does influence you. So if I had to pick out one text we read this year, that was the one that I liked the best. And then really the overall picture of self-knowledge. One of the biggest things about this class was the shared experiences and really breaking down those silos. And as you have repeatedly heard today, we haven't decided who's who on the picture, but we still call ourselves the A team. We also had some very interesting other groups that we worked with. That would correlate with other projects. Now, the reference to the yellow brick road this morning was not planned, but I thought that was incredible. So at the end of it all, I do have some new perspectives, and the issue is going to be to continue to act on them. That round pegs don't fit in square holes and vice versa, so you do have to recognize terrains and strategy, and they vary, just like people do, believe it or not. That I do now admit that listening is the #1 leadership skill, and I've gotten to the point now when my nurse comes in at the end of the day, we actually have to talk and stuff, I have to put away everything, put down the phone, hang up the phone, turn off the computer, turn around and cross my hands and look and listen to her. Actually works well with my wife. Finding some space between that stimulus and response is a big deal. Don't fly off the handle. Take your time. Recognize that you don't have to have an immediate response to things that aren't happy. Soft stuff is my weak spot, and I've been working on that. It's been hard as the soft stuff, the personal, the social IQ. Life is about relationships, and the biggest perspective to me now is looking back and thinking, getting on the second half in the over 45 range. It's nice to look back and think, I'm going to live this just like I would if I had a second chance. And so to move to instead of trying to just be wise and smart, my goal now turns to I want to live an enlightened state, and not necessarily a one state to go to, but it's someone who has not just the wisdom, but some perspective and an openness and a big picture view that's not as judgmental and directed. So instead of being a Darth Vader, the goal eventually would be maybe this direction, or maybe even more of a Yoda with some attitude. Which goes back to the 18.
But that's not me at this time.
All right, thank you.